to the IDAF podcast. We are entering 2021 hopeful and excited and ready to run with you. We just had our first race of 2021 at the New Year's resolution run in downtown Asheville, and we actually just finished up our virtual awards ceremony for that. So it was a great race. We loved seeing you out there, and we are so excited to kind of work through our 2021 race calendar today to let you know what else is coming up and what you can expect from IDAF events this year.
Yeah, we have lots of great stuff, Allison, coming up for 2021, and a lot of these events have been confirmed with conditional permits, which is great for us to be far ahead, especially since the pandemic is still happening. And we're really excited about a few new races and the possibility of adding even more events to our schedule. So there are a few that will not be happening and taking place. So we'll just work through from top to bottom, January to December, with the information that we know at this point, so that you guys can start planning your race calendars.
Yeah, and just as we're working through this, we just want to let you guys know that all of our races will be socially distanced and safe. We work with local authorities as the pandemic's progressed and ebbed and flowed. We are ready to work with them to make sure that you stay safe and we stay safe. So it's actually opened up a really cool format of running that a lot of our runners have enjoyed this year, of not having to rush to a start line, and we get to have wave starts and things like that. So I know Daphne's super excited about that, and I am too. So just as we mention all of these, just know that we are working to make each event safe for you.
Yeah, that's a great point, Allison. And just to piggyback on that for just a second, we are only opening registration for events that we feel like we can do safely. So if there are events that you're not hearing about that we typically do, they may come back in 2022, but just for this year, they might not be possible just because of the format or the style of event, or the location might not be conducive to doing a rolling or a wave start. And really, for us to feel like we're gonna be able to do an event safely, we need to be able to do that format. It's worked well over the past 7 months, and that's what we continue to plan on doing in the future. We do, have the the thought of keeping this format long term, but eventually doing start windows for competitive racers who might want to start together as a group, if that's something that is important to you, which I can understand if you want to start with a group of people. But for now, it's still going to be the wave starts, limited based on whatever North Carolina state gathering restrictions are. So those things will evolve and change, we expect, over the year. So the information we're providing today, the beginning of January, is based on the information that we have from the state, from the county, and through our permits. So things might change, so be flexible. But most of these dates are set in stone already. So that is something that you can at least put on your calendar and feel good about starting training. And one more thing, if you don't want to come in person, if you don't feel comfortable, we totally understand that. Or if you're from out of town, but you want to have a goal and you want to have something fun to be a part of, we are going to continue to do virtual events. Some events are going to also be self-serve virtual, so you can go and actually run on the course or do the course at your own leisure. But we will continue having the virtual component through this year. And people have really embraced that. And we're glad to be able to continue to offer that too. So
let's get started. First, or our second event of the year, is the Frostbite Races. We have a 5K, 10K, 5K, 10K challenge, and then a 1 mile run. And that's at the Layla Patterson Center in Fletcher. I believe, Daphne, is it the 20, what years is? I know it's the oldest
Yes.
race in, it's the oldest race in Henderson County, but tell me what year.
Yeah, it's the 29th annual, so it is the oldest race in Henderson County, which is pretty cool that it has withstood the all the time. You know, it takes events, you know, a while to really grow and to blossom, and this one has changed hands a few times. It's been with different charities and different entities, and you know, we've been a part of it for a while now, at least 7 or more years. But this, yes, will be at the Layla Patterson Center. It will be a wave start. It's an afternoon race, which is really great for people who like it to be a little warmer, because February is a colder month for us. Also, if you go to church, you can show up afterwards. Lots of kids like to do the 1 mile fun run, but we will be implementing wave starts for all 3 of the events. So when you sign up, you will select the wave start time that you want to sign up for.
Yes, that'll be a fun one. The next one is kind of our big race of the year, and that will be the Asheville marathon and half at Biltmore Estate. But we are just doing a half marathon this year to keep everyone safe, keep numbers down. It'll be a capped race, and we are actually opening up registration for that for the 2020 participants this week. So we are excited to welcome that race back.
Yes. Oh man, we sure missed not being able to produce that event last year. It you know, was canceled the week prior to the race taking place because of the pandemic and the North Carolina state gathering restrictions that were put on in place for stay-at-home orders for people. So we have really grieved the loss of not having that event this past year. It is our largest event, and we will, like Allison said, be having a smaller version. And registration will open up first to those participants from last year who were not able to participate because of the cancellation. And then if there's entries available, we will open registration to the general public next week on Monday, the 11th. And it's going to be a little different, Allison. Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
I know. The thing that I'm most excited about, though, is the new course, because
yes.
I've run the half before I started working with IDAF. I ran the half, and I run it and train at Biltmore a lot, but you don't get to go on the west side when you're just an annual pass holder, or, you know, you've done the half in the past, and that was only for the marathoners. And so I'm excited that half marathoners are going to get to go see a different side of the estate that is closed normally.
Yeah. Yep. So you spilled the beans. No, it's great. It's going to be a point-to-point race. So runners can either drive or they can ride a shuttle bus that will be socially distanced with masks required up to one of the parking lots near the house. And then runners will run to the house. The house is going to be about mile 1 of the race this year. And they will wind their way down through the gardens, by the Bass Pond, by the French Broad River, by the lagoon, and then over to the west side. They will do a 5-mile loop that typically is just set aside for the marathoners only. But because we're not doing the marathon this year and we're just doing the half, we wanted our halfers to have a special treat. So 1 year only, they get to go over to the west side and run over there and explore. It's beautiful. It's very countryside, scenic, old barns and animals. And then they'll come back to the east side, across the beautiful bridge, and they will be almost finished. I think when they get across, it's like mile 12. and they will come back and they will finish and be done. And so we're really, really looking forward to being able to offer a small event, socially distanced, over a couple hours is when people will start. So yeah, look for more information on that. We are working our little fingers off trying to get all the things updated before registration goes live. But we're really excited to be able to have this event.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one. So the next event on the calendar is in April, and it's the Lungbuster time trial, which we did one of those in the summer, fall. So Daphne, tell us a little bit more about what people can expect as far as routes and things like that for this spring one.
Yeah, so we're still working on the details of the time trial series. We had folks do those self-serve style on their own, and we plan to do that same format again, starting in April and running through August. So there would be 5 separate events for them to participate in. And we are looking at potentially adding a partner component to it as well. So if you have somebody you ride with all the time, you guys can help each other try to get a really fast time. But we're working on all those details, and we should have more information on that end of January, sometime early February. So stay tuned, cyclists. We want to bring something to you as well.
Yeah, it looks like the next one on the calendar is also a cycling event somewhere not in Western North Carolina. So
Yeah.
the Spring Century Ride in Charleston.
Yep. So we've been helping with this ride for a few years now, and it's set for Saturday, April the 17th. There's several ride distances. There's a longer, a medium, and a shorter distance. And they plan to have that on April 17th. We have not opened registration yet, and are still talking with them about all the logistics and details. But so far, they want to proceed. So as soon as we have more information on that one, we will open up registration.
Awesome. Also on April 17th, it looks like we are doing another partner event with Western Carolina Rescue Mission and doing a Light Up the Night run, which we have done one in the Asheville area in August the last couple of years, and we are taking it to Shelby for their new location there.
Yep, so that one is slated for April the 17th, and it will be a 5K. There might be a 1 mile fun run with it as well. And it'll be some sort of a theme type style event. And that's really for Western Carolina Rescue Ministries to showcase the new ministry that they have been helping with there in the Shelby area. So we're excited about that one. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like our next one is another partner event for the Blue Ridge Humane Society 5K on May 1st.
Yep, so that is an event in Hendersonville, I believe a 5K, and they've asked us to help with that event. So that is on May 1st. Typically around that same time, we have the NAR, which is the Gnarliest Kids Adventure Race. And unfortunately, that is an event that we will not be able to do due to COVID. It's just too many hands, too many germs on obstacles, just not possible to do that safely. And so that one will resume in 2022. And then we will also have a Lungbuster time trial in May too. So
awesome. And since I'm just spilling all the beans this afternoon, I'll go ahead and spill the beans that we have a brand new half marathon coming to the Hendersonville area on Saturday, May 8th. We are going to have the Jump Off Rock half marathon. It will be a downhill, one of the fastest half marathons in the South. And it will wind down the mountain from Jump Off Rock into Main Street, Hendersonville. And we are so excited about this race. It'll be beautiful, scenic. It'll pass the YMCA of Hendersonville. And we're hoping to have a shorter distance as well to go with that. We don't have that all worked out yet, but we're working on the course.
Yep. So this is going to be also a point-to-point race, Allison. So it'll be our second point-to-point half in the year. So we were working out all those logistics right now, but yeah, we're going to run from the top of Jump Off Rock through the very beautiful back roads of Laurel Park. There's some lakes back there, just gorgeous, windy downhill roads. So it shouldn't be too hard on the knees, even though it is a net loss elevation for this race. It's not there's no big steep downhills that I can remember anyway, off the top of my head. Most of it's very gradual. And we'll wind around through Hendersonville, the very beautiful parts of the Hendersonville city area. And then it will finish right in the heart of downtown Hendersonville. So really excited about that one. The city of Hendersonville is sponsoring it. The Downtown Association as well. And then the YMCA will be our charity partner in Hendersonville.
Awesome. And did you tell me that at the finish line, downtown would be shut down for the race?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll have Main Street to just hang out on and celebrate an awesome race. That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So May 14th looks like it's another partner race with the Chamber Challenge in downtown Asheville. And Daphne, I have run this race and it is hilly. And
all downtown races are hilly. I mean, unless you're doing along the river, and those aren't quite so pretty. So if you want the pretty, interesting parts of Asheville, there's going to be some hills on them. But the good news is, Allison, is they changed this race from June, when it typically is, to the middle of May. So it has been always torturous hot. This one is on a Friday afternoon usually. I know they're still working out the details on how to do the wave starts for this event, so just stay tuned for that information. But tentatively, we have May 14th on the calendar, and that's for the Asheville Chamber of Commerce.
Nice. Well, I'm glad to know that it's changed to May, because I believe I ran it when it was 85 degrees.
Oh, yeah. It's always hot. People are standing outside their yards usually with hoses spraying people down.
Yeah. So we've got the White Squirrel 5K in Brevard on May 22nd. Tell me more about that. Does that go with the White Squirrel Festival?
It does. Yep. So the Rotary Club in Brevard is very hopeful that they will be able to host their 3 events this year. And the White Squirrel 5K would be the first one on May the 22nd. We do the registration and timing for that event, so we will just wait for final word from them.
Awesome. Okay. So we'll have another Lungbuster time trial in June sometime, and then the WNC Flyer, another cycling event.
Yep. The WNC Flyer is set for Sunday, June 6th. We're working out all the logistics right now on that one. It probably will have, be a smaller event. Usually there's over 1,000 cyclists. Wow. This one will be wave starts, rolling starts like we did for the Tour de Apple in September. But again, it's going to be a smaller event, and we're right now just confirming a few things before we really go crazy with giving all the event details publicly. But save the date for Sunday, June 6th if you're a cyclist and you are looking for something to do in the area. This event is top notch, and there's something for everybody. There's long the long ride, the Century 100-mile, there's the metric, the 65, there's a 50-mile, and then there's a half metric. I believe it's around a 32-mile, 33-mile ride. So really for every level of cyclist, it's a great event.
That's awesome. Our next one is something that we started in 2020, and probably one of IDAF's best things to come out of 2020. One of our favorite new events is the Pop-Up Summer Series 5K. And we did that at Billmore Community Park this past year, and it was an awesome way for runners to start coming out again and, you know, offering in-person events. And we're so excited to announce that we're going to be doing that again as the summer and fall series again. And Daphne, you want to tell us a little bit about how it may have changed from last year and how it's staying the same?
Yeah, well, it's going to be the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays again, starting June 23rd, and the summer series will go till the end of August, so August 25th, and then we'll have a little pause, and then we'll start our fall series, which will have 4 events. So the summer series will have 5. But it's just a really fun way to come out, test your fitness, do something that's low key in the community, and sharpen your 5K or try 5K for the first time. It's very, like I said, low key, it's non-intimidating, it's a lot of fun, and the course is the same every time. So you can look at improving your run time at each and every race. And then we do fun giveaways and prizes. We do a series medal, a series t-shirt, a Run Local shirt, which I think this year is different, right, Allison?
Yeah, this year it'll be Run Wild, Run Free, Run Local. I had to remember which order it was in, but it's Run Wild, Run Free, Run Local. And we just wanted to kind of show the spirit of running in Western North Carolina with our trees and the beautiful landscape around us. The shirt has awesome cool tree on it, and it kind of shows both road and trail running around here, which is awesome. And just we wanted to appreciate the gift it is to be able to run in such a beautiful area.
Absolutely. Yeah, we just can't take that for granted. You know, I think that's one of the things with this pandemic that we as runners have been able to do consistently, and it's kept us sane, and we have the freedom to do it. So when we talked about, you know, revamping the Run Local for next year, it just made sense to add a few things in there that we can run wild, we can run free, and we can run local. And we hope that you guys will join us for some, if not all the series. Again, they're a lot of fun and a great way to just stay tuned up, sharpen up those fast twitch muscles, and have a good time. So we'll have those starting in June.
Yeah. And then we are going to host on Sunday, June 27th, will be the Hendersonville Triathlon at Patton Park. We hosted both the Asheville and the Hendersonville Triathlon at Patton Park this past year, and so we're excited to make the Hendersonville Triathlon permanent and host that there and work with the Y of Hendersonville again there. So Daphne, when we hosted the event before, we tried 2 different bike routes. Which bike route was most successful, and are we going to use?
Yeah, good question. Well, according to the feedback, we tried the bike course on the Greenway, and then the second time we did the event there this summer or this fall, we did it just on side roads in Henderson County, not on the Greenway, and people prefer that. So that's what we're going to do. So the run will be on the Greenway. The swim will, of course, be in the pool. It will not flood again, so they will not be swimming on the greenway. And then the bike will be on some of the secondary and tertiary roads that are around the park area.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure folks will be glad to know that we've moved it up, because last time the warmest part of the day was when they were in the pool.
Yeah, that September race was pushing it for a triathlon outdoors here in Western North Carolina, but folks really wanted to have one more triathlon for 2020, and so we added that second one in September. But this one should stay in June, that last Sunday of June. So you know, that's what we plan to do annually from here on out for the Hendersonville Tri. So you can just sort of count on that.
Awesome. And Saturday, July 3rd for July 4th weekend, it looks like we're going to be timing for the Brevard Rotary Club, the Firecracker 5K.
Yep. So that, again, that one's pending with the Rotary Club in Brevard, but they're hopeful they'll be able to have that celebration on the 3rd. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed and hopefully be there to do the registration and timing for them for that event.
All right. And just a reminder, the pop-up 5K will be throughout June and July on the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays. And then in July 18th will be the Asheville Triathlon, and that will be moving back to Asheville.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I talked to the city. I'm going through the permit process with them for that event, and as long as the pool's open in Asheville this summer, then yes, we can do it. If they do not open again, then we will have that in Hendersonville again. So
okay.
Either way, we plan to have it, but you know, we're shooting for Asheville as long as those pools open up.
Okay, sounds good. And then we will do the pop-up and Lungbuster again in August, and then we'll do Light Up the Night 5K. Now, will that be downtown or will that be back in Carrier Park? What are we thinking for that one?
Yeah, we're still tossing that one around a little bit. Offred is a great spot, but the park was also really nice for this event because it is a themed night glow run. It was just safer, I think, for everyone. And so we will let you know on the location on that one. The other nice thing about Carrier Park was it was flat. As you know, Allison, Montford is very hilly, where we've had the Light Up the Night before. And I think the people who are participating in this event really appreciate the flatness. So we'll see. But yeah, August 6th is when that one's supposed to happen on Friday again, like it always has in the evening. So that one we produced for Western Carolina Rescue Ministries. And it's a great fundraiser for them and all of their programs. So add that one to your calendar. Even if you're not a big 5K fan or 5K runner, just come out and support. They really appreciate it, and it's for a great cause.
Yeah, they're awesome. We love working with them for several of our races. They're a partner of ours. And then it looks like we're going to skip ahead to September to a cycling event, the Tour de Apple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Labor Day, Monday, September 6th, we plan to do the Tour de Apple again. You know, that's September seems so far away when you're planning events now, because we have been planning them very month to month because of the pandemic. So looking that far ahead, who knows what the world is going to look like with the pandemic, but the date is set and scheduled for that date. As far as the format, probably will still be social distance wave starts, but again, who knows? But at least just save the date. That one's in Hendersonville, and it has several distances like the WNC Flyer does. So it's really an event for everybody.
Awesome. Okay. We will start our pop-up 5K series for the fall on Wednesday, September 8th. And then For the fall, it'll be the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays again in September and October. Is that right?
Yep. There's just 4 of them. Yep.
Awesome. And that will be in Billmore Community Park in Fletcher. Then September 19th, we've got on the calendar a oldie but goodie race that we had to skip in 2020. So we are hopeful that we'll be able to bring it back in 2021. And that is the Asheville Offred series. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this one has a lot going on at it. We have a gravel grinder bike events. There's several distances, a duathlon, which has always been a run bike run, and then a 10K off-road trail run. The date Sunday, September 19th. That date is reserved and confirmed. We have to get 500 participants at this event to basically keep it happening. And so we will start surveying and asking folks, and you can email us and let us know on socials or just by email if you plan to participate in this event, because we definitely need everybody to come out. It will be socially distanced. Wave starts more than likely, again, it's in September, but I would just predict it's going to be that type of a format. I am looking at shifting the duathlon slightly so that they can, the cyclists can start with the gravel grinder cyclists and ride and go in front of the Biltmore House, and then potentially do the 10K off-road trail run instead of 2 5Ks with the bike sandwiched in between. So the duathlon format might be different. If we are not able to accommodate all of those races because of the time period that we have for this event, and logistically, that we might have to drop having multiple distances, or we might have to drop having the duathlon. Hopefully not. I mean, I'm hopeful we can do them all. But you know, some of them would be better than none of them. But again, like, put this one on your calendar if you like doing events at Biltmore Estate, or things that are off-road. We have biking, we have running, and it's really for all abilities. We have people who just like the scenery and want to come out and just, you know, stroll around the estate. And then we have folks who are very competitive as well, who like to race. And so there's a variety of people, but we need for you to show up if we have this event on September 19th. So save the date on that one.
Yeah, I am looking forward to being a part of that one. So on Saturday, October 9th, we have the date confirmed, or waiting approval for that, for the Black Bear Half, and that'll be our 2nd annual Black Bear Half. Hopefully it'll be much drier this year, but we are excited to bring that back to the Oklawaha Greenway in Hendersonville. So tell us more about that, Daphne.
Yeah, Black Bear Half, you know, I think despite the rain, it was a fantastic first inaugural event, and we were just thrilled to be able to offer that during a pandemic, a half marathon, a brand new one. It's very spectator friendly because of the setup of the laps that are on the Greenway. It's a very flat event for our area. And it's just really neat. So you do have a couple times that you do the same repeated lap on the Greenway. But again, that's really the format that a lot of distance events are doing now. Marathons are sort of going to that model, and it's really spectator friendly, and it's nice. You sort of know what you're getting into, and you can sort of tune out and zone out once you know that what the lap is. So that one, you know, is just a half marathon. If you guys are interested in us potentially doing a 10K as well with that event, I'm open to that. Just drop us a comment and let us know, either on YouTube or on one of our socials, or send us an email. We're always listening to you guys, but for now we just have it as a half, but are open to suggestions there. as well.
Yeah, that would be fun to add that to it. So definitely let us know. Um, so we moved the Trick or Trail and 5K and Spooky Sprint this year to Cayuga Conference Center, and we will be hosting that again on October 23rd.
Yeah, we are still determining what location. It's going to depend on if DuPont is permitting events again or not. As of right now, they are currently not. But Cayuga was a great location for this. It was beautiful by the lake. We were able to have a food truck there. But we want to hear from you guys. This event, you know, has always had about 100 to 200 participants. You know, and that's normal even in a non-pandemic year. So, you know, we want to hear, is there more? Is there something else we can do with this event? Is it something you want us to keep doing? Because we don't want to produce events that you guys aren't really excited about. And this one always really excites me because of the costumes, and it's so fun and beautiful, but maybe it's not for our community. I don't know. So let us know what you think about the Trick or Trail and Spooky Sprint. Maybe we need a new name. Maybe we need a new facelift to it. I don't know. But that one is set for October 23rd.
Yeah. And then we will wrap up our fall pop-up 5K series on October 27th. And then on October 30th, right before Halloween, we're going to be timing the Vampire 5K. Is that for the Brevard Rotary Club as well?
It is. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. And then one of our most popular events of the year is the Turkey Trot, which we'll host on Thanksgiving morning on Thursday, November 25th.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that seems really far away, doesn't it?
It does, because we just did it.
I think we just had that in November. Yeah, so we, you know, don't know where it's going to be at this next year. It's all going to depend on the pandemic. We would love to go back to Biltmore Park for it, and they want us to come back. It's just a matter of us doing it safely for everybody. And so we switched it to Biltmore Community Park this year, which was fantastic. And we can totally do that again. But we'll just wait and see what happens on that one for the location.
Yeah. And one of my personal favorite new races that we did in 2020 was the Ugly Sweater Run, which again feels, we just did it, so we have no details, but we do know the date, and we want you to put it on your calendar for December 4th, the first Saturday in December, to plan on kicking off the holiday season with us at the Riveter for the Ugly Sweater Run.
Yeah, that one was so much fun. It was so fun. I love seeing everybody just really get into the theme, have their ugly sweaters on. We had an ugly sweater contest. We did a 5K and a 10K, and then people could do both. I know that we'll do the 5K and 10K. We're sorting out the details for the challenge again. But that one's at the Riveter, and it's awesome. And just make that one an annual tradition. It really does get you in the holiday spirit.
For sure. And the Riveter is so beautiful, and there's so much to do there. It was fun to have things for people to do afterwards and DJ and everything. So that one was super fun. Then we will always host the resolution run on January 1st, which again, we just did it. We finished the award ceremony today for this year's, but put it on your calendar as a way to kick off the new year with us and on the right foot, just starting those feet moving. I think I saw, Daphne, that January 1st is on a Saturday next year.
Is it really?
Yeah,
okay.
So we'll get to kick off New Year's Day on a Saturday, which gives you no excuses not to run
it. Exactly. Well, that's fun. Yeah, it's been on a weekday for a while now. So yeah, that's great. Yeah, so, you know, we do have a few other things in the works that we have been playing with, creating this past fall, a couple things that might happen at the Riveter, cycling style race there too. Maybe another running style event there. We also have a location that's interested in us doing a triathlon there this summer, in the late summer, probably in August, and a few other things that we're working on. So definitely keep checking our calendar. Again, we are not going to open registrations for our events until we are 95% sure with a permit or conditional permit in our hands. And again, you know, if something happens with a stay-at-home order, of course, that's outside of our control. But we will have a virtual event replacement for all of these if it came down to it. But we're going to think positive, Allison, that
Yes.
we're going to be able to move forward with our format that's working very safely for our community, and going to allow us to have some goals and some things to look forward to this next year.
Yeah, and I just want to say thanks to all of the runners that have come out and supported IDAF and ran at our races to keep local racing alive and well in Western North Carolina through the pandemic, through 2020. And thank you for continuing to come out in 2021 and just the excitement that it brings to the races to see familiar faces and to get to see the same runners over and over again. And we hope to add to that core group of runners that keep coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our mission, my passion is to, you know, be able to provide experiences for people to be able to look forward to and to train for and to stay healthy and motivated. And have some consistency in your life with exercise and all of those things. So I'm so grateful we've been able to keep bringing races to you through a pandemic, and we look forward to hopefully seeing more of you come in person. And whenever you feel comfortable, come. And if not, do our virtual events so that you have something to look forward to, because they are still fun. The virtual ones still have a good time too. So
yeah, awesome.
All right.
Well, we will see you in 2021.
Yeah, we're here. 2021, it's here. All right, so get your calendars out, pencil in those dates, and we look forward to seeing all of you throughout this year. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.